Someone is coming to your door with a surprise that will change everything. Listen to me carefully, because what I am about to reveal is not small. And if you turn away now, you may miss a turning point that I have prepared with my own hands. This is not an idea. This is not a dream. This is a moment that will arrive in a way you did not expect. I have arranged an encounter, a knock, a connection that will open a path you could not open by yourself. Do not treat this lightly, because what is coming carries the weight of your prayers, your tears, and your silent endurance. When I say someone is coming to your door, I am speaking about divine timing meeting your readiness. It may be a person with news, an offer, an apology, an opportunity, or even a restoration that you thought was gone forever. I have seen your long nights and the way you kept believing when nothing around you confirmed what you felt in your spirit. This surprise is not random. It is not luck. It is the result of my hand moving behind scenes you could not see. Before I reveal more about what is coming, let me show you what I showed one of my servants. At 3:33 in the morning, while the world was asleep, I gave a vision to someone who would deliver this message to you. They saw a long corridor filled with doors. Each door had a name written on it. Each door represented a life, a destiny, a story in progress. An angel walked down this corridor holding something in his hands. It appeared to be a scroll. But as he got closer, they could see it was actually a key attached to a message. The angel stopped at one particular door. He looked at the name written on it. Then he turned to the one watching and said, "This door belongs to the one who will receive this message." For years, this door has been approached by the wrong people carrying the wrong things. Some came with deception, others came with distraction. Still, others came with opportunities that would have led nowhere. I was stationed here to turn them all away. Then his voice carried weight as he continued. But now I have been given new instructions. Someone is being sent to this door. Not by accident, not by human arrangement, but by divine assignment. They carry what this chosen one has been waiting for. And the timing is finally aligned. The angel placed the key and the message at the base of the door. Then he spoke one final sentence before departing. "Tell them to be ready. The knock is coming soon. That door in the vision was yours." And this message is me telling you to be ready. Let me explain what has been happening and why this moment is different from anything before. You have felt overlooked for a long time. Doors that opened for others seemed locked when you approached. Opportunities that came to people with less effort seemed to pass you by completely. You have questioned whether something was wrong with you, whether you had somehow disqualified yourself from blessing. There were moments when you watched others receive what you had been praying for. They seemed to get breakthrough without the struggle you experienced. They seemed to walk into favor without the waiting you endured. And you wondered if I had favorites, if somehow you had been placed on a list that received less attention. Let me tell you the truth about those moments. I was not favoring them over you. I was timing their blessing for their season and your blessing for yours. Their story is not your story. Their timeline is not your timeline. What worked for their journey would not have worked for yours. If I had given you what I gave them, it would not have fit. Like clothing made for someone else's body, like shoes designed for someone else's feet. What I am preparing for you is custom made for your specific calling. I need you to understand something important. Those closed doors were not rejection. They were protection. Proverbs 16:9 says, "A man's heart plans his way, but the Lord directs his steps." You made plans. You had visions of how things should unfold, but I was directing your steps in a different direction. Not because your plans were bad, but because my timing required something different. Some of those doors you wanted to enter would have drained you. Some of those opportunities would have distracted you from your true calling. Some of those people would have misused what you carried. I closed those doors because I could see what was behind them. you could only see the opportunity. I could see the outcome, and the outcome would not have served your destiny. So I protected you by closing what you wanted opened, and I prepared something better by working in places you could not see. Now that preparation is complete, and the door that is about to be knocked on is different from all the others. This door carries my peace. This door aligns with your calling. This door will not drain you but strengthen you. This door is not a distraction but a destination. Let me tell you what the person coming to your door will carry. First, they will carry an answer to a prayer you almost stopped praying. There is something you asked me for so many times that you eventually grew tired of asking. The silence seemed like rejection. The delay seemed like denial. So you quietly stopped bringing it before me. But I never stopped working on it. Isaiah 65:24 promises, before they call, I will answer. While they are still speaking, I will hear. I heard your prayer before you even finished speaking it, and I began preparing the answer immediately. The delay was not processing time. It was preparation time. Not preparing the answer, but preparing you to receive it. If I had sent this answer 3 years ago, you would not have been ready. If I had sent this answer 1 year ago, you would not have appreciated it. If I had sent this answer 6 months ago, you would not have stewarded it properly. But now, after everything you have walked through, you are finally prepared to receive what I have been preparing to give. The person coming to your door carries that answer. Not because they are special, but because I chose them as the delivery system for your breakthrough. Second, they will carry restoration of something you thought was permanently lost. There is something in your life that you have grieved is gone forever. A relationship that ended, an opportunity that closed, a part of yourself that seemed to die, a dream that you buried because you could not bear to hope for it anymore. I am telling you tonight that I am the God of resurrection. What you declared dead, I am bringing back to life. What you buried in grief, I am digging up with joy. What you thought was the end, I am revealing as the beginning. Joel 2:25 is my promise to you. I will restore to you the years that the swarming locust has eaten, not replace. Restore the exact years, the exact value returned with interest. The person coming to your door carries a piece of that restoration. They may not know it themselves. They may think they are simply visiting, delivering a message, or extending an invitation. But I have placed within their hands something that belongs to you. Something that was stolen is being returned. Third, they will carry confirmation of what you have always sensed about yourself. There is something inside you that has whispered about your calling since you were young. A knowing that you were meant for something significant. A feeling that there was a purpose for your life that you could not quite articulate. Life pressed that knowing into the background. Responsibilities crowded it out. Disappointments convinced you that maybe you had imagined it. Failures made you question whether you were ever truly called to anything. I'm telling you that what you sensed was not imagination. It was revelation. The calling you felt was real. The purpose you perceived was accurate. The significance you sensed was prophetic. You did not make it up. I planted it in you before you were born. Jeremiah 1:5 describes what happened. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you before you were born. I set you apart. I knew you before you existed. I set you apart before you took your first breath. The calling you sensed was the echo of what I declared over your life before time began. The person coming to your door will confirm what you have always known, but were afraid to believe something about their message. Their offer or their presence will awaken the dormant, knowing you will recognize that this is not random. This is alignment with what was always meant to be. Fourth, they will carry resources for the next season. I am not sending this person empty-handed. They carry access to what you need for where I am taking you. Some of you need financial breakthrough, and this encounter will begin to open that channel. Some of you need relationships that support your calling, and this encounter will begin to build that network. Some of you need clarity about direction, and this encounter will begin to illuminate that path. Some of you need platforms to amplify your voice, and this encounter will begin to create that opportunity. Philippians 4:19 is not poetry, it is promise. And my God will meet all your needs according to the riches of His glory in Christ Jesus. All your needs, not some of them, all of them according to the riches of my glory, not according to human limitation, according to heavenly abundance. I am meeting your needs through what is approaching your door. The provision may not be complete in one encounter, but the encounter will begin a chain reaction of supply that addresses every area of lack. Now I want to pause and speak to you directly. If what I have shared so far is resonating in your spirit, if you sense that this word is specifically for you, I invite you to like this video. This is not about numbers or the algorithm. This is about agreement. When you engage with this message, you are signaling to heaven that you recognize what is being spoken over your life. It is a small action with spiritual significance. Take that action now. Then continue with me. And if this message has been a source of strength for you, consider supporting this ministry through the donation link in the description below. Every contribution, no matter how small, helps us reach more chosen ones who are waiting for a word like this. There is no pressure. If your heart is moved, it is received with deep gratitude. Now, let me tell you how to recognize when the knock comes. Not every knock on your door is from me. Not every opportunity carries my peace. Not every person who approaches is divinely sent. You must be discerning, and I will give you the discernment you need. First, what I send will carry peace even if it stretches you. Colossians 3:15 instructs, let the peace of Christ rule in your hearts. Let peace rule. Let peace be the deciding factor. Let peace be the judge of what is from me and what is not. Even if the opportunity is challenging, if it is from me, there will be an underlying peace. Even if the invitation is uncomfortable. If it is from me, your spirit will be settled. Even if the change is significant, if it is from me, you will not feel chaos in your core. Confusion is not my signature. Anxiety is not my calling card. When I send something, peace accompanies it. If the knock on your door produces only fear and confusion without any underlying peace, pause. That may not be from me. But if the knock produces a stretch accompanied by peace, move forward. That is my arrangement. Second, what I send will align with what I have already spoken over your life. I do not contradict myself. The calling I placed in you from the beginning does not change. The purpose I declared over your life does not shift based on trends. What comes to your door should connect to what I have already planted in your spirit. It should feel like confirmation, not contradiction. It should feel like continuation, not confusion. If someone approaches with an opportunity that requires you to abandon everything I have built in you, be cautious. But if someone approaches with an opportunity that builds upon what I have already established, pay attention. That is alignment. That is divine connection. Third, what I send will not require you to compromise your integrity. I never ask you to sin in order to receive my blessing. I never require you to compromise in order to access my provision. I never demand that you abandon your values in order to walk through my doors. If what approaches requires deception, manipulation, or dishonesty, it is not from me. If what approaches can only be received by compromising who you have become, reject it. My blessings come with peace and without regret. Proverbs 10:22 confirms this. The blessing of the Lord brings wealth without painful toil for it. What I give does not require you to become someone you are not. What I provide does not demand that you violate your conscience. Fourth, what I send will produce fruit that lasts. Not every opportunity that looks good produces lasting results. Some things shine brightly at first but fade quickly. Some doors lead to rooms that have no windows, but what I send produces fruit that remains. John 15:16 records my words to my disciples. I chose you and appointed you so that you might go and bear fruit. Fruit that will last, not temporary excitement, not short-term gain, lasting impact, sustainable blessing. When the knock comes, ask yourself, does this have the potential to produce lasting fruit? If it is from me, the answer will be yes. Now let me tell you how to prepare for what is coming. You have a role to play in receiving what I am sending. This is partnership, not passivity. First, prepare your expectation. Expectation is not wishful thinking, it is spiritual positioning. When you expect my goodness, you position yourself to recognize it when it arrives. If you have stopped expecting good things, you may miss the good things standing at your door. You may dismiss it as coincidence. You may overlook it as ordinary. You may reject it because it does not match your picture. I am rekindling your expectation tonight. Believe again that good things can happen for you. Expect again that I am working on your behalf. Hope again that what I promised I will deliver. Hebrews 11:1 defines this posture. Now faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see. Confidence in what you hope for. Assurance about what you do not see. This is the expectation I'm asking you to carry. Second, prepare your environment. When you expect a guest, you clean your home. When you expect an important delivery, you make sure you are available to receive it. In the same way, I'm asking you to prepare space in your life for what is coming. Clear out clutter that would crowd what I am sending. Release relationships that would resist what I am releasing. Organize your thoughts so that you can think clearly when the moment arrives. Create margins so that you can respond without feeling overwhelmed. Practical preparation positions you for spiritual reception. Third, prepare your heart through forgiveness. This is important. Bitterness blocks blessing. Unforgiveness creates barriers that my goodness cannot cross. If there is anyone you have not forgiven, now is the time to release them, not because they deserve it, but because you deserve to be free, and because what I am sending requires an unobstructed heart. I know some of you have been deeply wounded. The people who hurt you knew what they were doing. They chose to harm you. They betrayed trust that should have been sacred. And part of you believes that forgiving them means saying what they did was acceptable. But forgiveness is not approval. Forgiveness is release. It is you letting go of the poison that has been affecting you more than it affects them. It is you choosing freedom over chains. It is you deciding that their actions will not determine your destiny. Some of you have carried this unforgiveness for years. It has become so familiar that you do not even notice its weight anymore. But I notice, and I am asking you to lay it down, not for their sake, but for yours and for what I am sending to your door. Mark 11:25 makes this connection clear. And when you stand praying, if you hold anything against anyone, forgive them, so that your Father in heaven may forgive you your sins. Forgiveness clears the channel. Forgiveness opens the door. Forgiveness positions you to receive without hindrance. Speak their name right now if you need to. Release them in your heart. Let go of what they owe you and watch what happens when that barrier is removed. Fourth, prepare your response. When the knock comes, you will need to open the door. This seems obvious, but you would be surprised how many people hear the knock and never open. Fear tells them not to answer. Doubt tells them it cannot be what they have been waiting for. Past disappointment tells them that every knock leads to more pain. I am asking you to decide in advance that you will open. When the knock comes, you will move toward it, not away from it. When the opportunity stands before you, you will engage, not retreat. When the moment arrives, you will act in faith, not freeze in fear. Courage is deciding ahead of time that you will trust me when the moment comes. Make that decision now. Before I close, I want to give you an opportunity to respond to what I have spoken. If you believe that what I have declared tonight is for you, I invite you to speak this agreement out loud. Your voice in agreement with my promise releases something in the spiritual realm. Say this with me. Father, I receive the word you have spoken over my life tonight. I believe that you have been working behind scenes I could not see. I believe that the closed doors were protection, not rejection. I believe that my waiting was preparation, not punishment. I open my heart to what is coming. I open my expectation to what you have prepared. I open my life to the person you are sending. I choose to believe again that good things can happen for me. I choose to expect that your promises will manifest in my life. I choose to prepare for the breakthrough that is approaching. I release every person I have held unforgiveness toward. I clear the channel of my heart so that your blessing can flow freely. I remove every barrier that would block what you are sending. When the knock comes, I will open the door. I will not be held back by fear. I will not be paralyzed by doubt. I will not be convinced by past disappointment that this time will be the same. This time is different. This knock is divine. This encounter is arranged by you. I receive the answered prayers I almost stopped praying for. I receive the restoration of what I thought was permanently lost. I receive the confirmation of the calling I was afraid to believe. I receive the resources for the season you are taking me into. Let your peace guide me as I recognize what is from you. Let your wisdom direct me as I respond to what arrives. Let your presence protect me as this unfolds. I am ready. Send who you are sending. Open what you are opening. Deliver what you have been preparing. I receive it all with gratitude and humility in Jesus' name. Amen. I heard that prayer and I am honoring it. The knock is coming sooner than you think. Stay alert but not anxious. Stay expectant but not controlling. Stay prepared but not stressed. I have orchestrated this with precision. I have timed this with perfection. I have chosen the person, the moment, and the message with care. What is coming is real. What is coming is good. What is coming is my gift to you after a season of faithful waiting. Before this message ends, I want to invite you to do a few things. First, subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications. What I spoke tonight is part of a larger message I am releasing in this season. More specific guidance will come about how to steward what is arriving, how to navigate the new relationships that are forming, how to avoid the enemy's attempts to steal what I have given. If you are not connected, you will miss words that are meant for you. Second, leave a comment with these words. I am ready for the knock. This is your written declaration. Your faith expressed publicly. Your agreement recorded where others can witness it. Third, share this message with someone who has been waiting for their door to be knocked on. Someone who has felt overlooked. Someone who has questioned whether good things could still happen for them. Someone who needs to hear that their waiting is not wasted. Be the messenger who delivers their hope. If you have been blessed by this word and you feel led to sow into this ministry, you will find the donation link in the description. Your support is what keeps these messages going, reaching people in their darkest nights and longest seasons of waiting. It is never required, but it is always deeply appreciated. Finally, if this ministry has been a source of spiritual nourishment for your journey, and you feel led to support its continuation, every contribution allows these messages to reach more chosen ones who need to hear them. There is no pressure and no obligation. But if your heart is moved, your generosity is received with deep gratitude and stewarded with integrity. Chosen one, you came to this message with questions. Why has everything been so delayed? Why have doors remained closed? Why have others moved forward while you remain still? Now you have answers. The delays were preparation. The closed doors were protection. The stillness was positioning. And now someone is approaching your door, carrying what you have been waiting for, delivering what I have been preparing, bringing what was always meant to be yours. Isaiah 60:22 speaks to this moment. When the time is right, I, the Lord, will make it happen. The time is right, I am making it happen. And you will witness my faithfulness in ways that remove all doubt. There will come a day, not far from now, when you will look back on this message. You will remember where you were when you heard these words. You will recall the doubt you carried and the hope that began to rise. And you will say, this was the moment everything started to change. Not because of anything magical in these words, but because you finally aligned your expectation with my intention. You finally positioned yourself to receive what I had been preparing. You finally opened your heart to believe that good things could still happen for you. That alignment makes all the difference. That positioning changes everything. That belief unlocks what has been waiting. Be ready, be expectant, be at peace. The knock is coming. And when it comes open wide, what is on the other side will change everything. Go in peace. Go in expectation. Go knowing that your waiting is ending and your receiving is beginning. The knock is coming and it brings everything you need.